welcome to our new lecture on coordinate geometry. Today we are going to discuss section formulae. In that section formulae, internal division. Let us first try to understand what is the statement is telling and what is the total details of this thing like this. If P, suppose you have a line joining the statement, what it is telling you, right? If P x comma y will divide the line joining of A x1 y1 B x2 y2 in the ratio m is to n, then the coordinates of this P x comma y are x is nothing but mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, and y is nothing but my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. That means, you see, my dear students, suppose you have the line segment joining of 2 points. One is A x1 y1, like, right, and B x2 y2, right. This is what you are having. Now this line joining of these 2 points is divided by some point, suppose P, somewhere else in between. Internally we have like this x comma y. This is dividing this in the ratio m is to n, like this. That means, my dear students, AP by PB is equal to m by n, like this. AP by PB is equal to m by n. Then the thing, what the coordinates of P, the point x coordinate we will be getting that as like this, mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, and the y coordinate we are going to get that as my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. This is what the statement of this problem. Now let us try to get this thing, how we are going to get x equal to mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n and y is equal to my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. In this video we clearly discuss how we are getting this coordinates. This is nothing but what the coordinates of P, how we will be getting. This is what the statement. Once again I am repeating, A x1 y1 B x2 y2 are there. P is dividing this AB internally in the ratio m is to n. Then the coordinates of P are mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, and y coordinate is nothing but my2 plus ny1 by m plus n, right. Now we have another one, external division, right. What is this external division also we will try to discuss this clearly and get the proof of it also in this video clearly. If P x comma y will divide the line joining of A x1 y1 A B x2 y2 in the ratio m is to n externally, then x is equal to mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n, and y is equal to my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. That means, you see, dear students, you are having here A here and B here, like this. A is x1 comma y1, right, and B is x2 comma y2, like this. A, B, you are having like this. Now this line segment joining of that is divided externally by P, okay. The extended line segment of AB is divided by a point P x comma y, okay, externally in the ratio. That means, so this is AP is m and BP is like n, like this. That means you have got here AP by BP as m by n. That is what external division. Then the coordinates of x you are going to get here, the x coordinate you are going to get it as mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n, and y is equal to my2 minus ny1 by m minus n, like this. You see here, these are the coordinates what we are going to get. Now this is what the point P, of course, x comma y coordinates, x and y are this in external division, and this is for internal division, this is for external division. Now let us try to get these both results, and we proceed to do the results on this, right. Now let us do the proof of the first one, internal division. See, my dear students, how we have taken, this is what our graph totally, this is what x-axis we are having, right, and this is what y-axis we are having here. This is A x1 comma y1, this is B x2 comma y2, and P is a point which is dividing internally in the ratio m is to n, p x comma y. And see, this is what a x1 y1. What I did is here I drawn a line horizontal to this from a, and from p, this is what point p, you draw a vertical line perpendicular to this. Now this is 90 degrees. Similarly here also you draw one horizontal line like this, you draw a vertical line like this, and it is perpendicular. Let us call them as C vertex and this vertex as we call it as D. Both are right 90 degrees here. Now you can get the vertices of C and C, coordinate C, x coordinate of C is nothing but the x coordinate of P. That means x, right? Because this distance totally up to this is what actually x is what the x coordinate of this, and the height of this is nothing but, what is the height of this actually? This is y1, right? This is cx comma y1 like this. This height is given by y1, because as you know that a x1 comma y1 means this is up to, this is what x1 and this is what y1 like that. And similarly the coordinates of D, the x coordinate of D is nothing but x2. X coordinate of D is nothing but x2, because for this B, what is the x coordinate of B is what the same x coordinate of D. And what is y coordinate? Okay, what is this height? The height of the y coordinate of P, this P, okay, this is what point P you are having, that is what the y coordinate of D you are having here like this. Now from this, my dear students, what we can say is, we can say that AC length, you know that C is actually x, right? AC we want here, of course. That how you will be getting from this total distance, you have to subtract this one like that, right? This is what totally x, this is x1, that means x minus x1 like this. AC is what that you are having here like this. Next PD, from this PD is right, PD, and PD you are going to get that is very simple, that you total you are having here like this PD, this is what PD we want, this total distance. Now from that, this total distance, okay, from that we have to subtract this distance like this, right? That total this is nothing but what we are going to have x2, okay, till this x2, and per till this will become x, like, right? And this total distance, what I mean to say is nothing but here how you will get PD is this total, this is what x2 minus this one, and this is what x, x2 minus x will be giving this for us like this. In a similar way, what we are going to do is, now we want PC or CP like this, CP. How we are going to get this CP is nothing but totally this vertical distance, this total vertical distance. This is what the total vertical distance, that is y minus, from this we are going to subtract this vertical distance, right? That is nothing but y minus y1 like this. This total minus this one will give you this particular vertical distance like this. And you have dB like this. dB is nothing but this total vertical distance, that is nothing but y2 minus, and this vertical distance is nothing but y like this. We have got this thing. And also you know that AP equal to m, because they given the ratio AP by PB as m by n, AP as m and PB as n. These are the things we have got that. And you know, my dear students, that this triangle ACP is similar to triangle PDB by what? This, you know that these two lines are horizontal line. Horizontal means they are parallel to x-axis, therefore their corresponding angles are equal, and this is 90 degrees and this is 90 degrees. Therefore you have by AA similarity, those both are congruent. From that, what you can say is like AC by PD is equal to CP by DB is equal to AP by PB like this, right? Now let us take AC by PD. First we take AC. AC is nothing but x minus x1 by, right, PD is nothing but x2 minus x by, okay, x minus x1 by x2 minus x, this is equal to Cp. Cp now only we have got that as y minus y1 by dB, y2 minus y, like this. This is equal to m by n, like this. We have got that as m by n. Now what we do is, let us take this first and the last one, right? X minus x1 by x2 minus x is equal to m by n, like this, right? To do the cross multiplication here, what you are going to get is nx minus nx1, that is equal to mx2 minus mx, like this, right? Now from this what you will be getting is nx plus mx is equal to mx2 plus nx1, like this. And you can take here x common here, m plus n times of this is what, now you have mx2 plus nx1, right? From that x is equal to mx2 plus nx1, mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. How wonderfully we have got now the x coordinate of point P. What we require to prove that only x is equal to, we have got mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. In this way beautifully we have got the x coordinate, right? Now to get y coordinate, let us take the second one and the third one, like this. This both we take that, right? That means y minus y1 by y2 minus y is equal to m by n, like this. To do the cross multiplication here, once you do the cross multiplication, you will get here ny minus ny1 is equal to my2 minus my. You have like this, right? Now you just do here ny plus my is equal to my2 plus ny1. You have like this. Now if you take y common here from this m plus n we have here, this is now my2 plus ny1 we are having like this. From this we will get the y coordinate. The y coordinate is nothing but my2 plus ny1 by m plus n, like this. Okay, how beautifully we have got now the y coordinate is this, right? The y coordinate we have got like this, and already we have got x coordinate by equating this first and that one as mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, right? M plus n we have got. Therefore the coordinates of P, the point which dividing internally, that we have got it as x coordinate is nothing but mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, comma my2 plus ny1 by m plus n, like this. This is the way how we do and achieve the proof of this in internal division, right? Now the external division, let us get the proof of that external division, the second one we have. And this is what the graph you are having. This is x-axis and this is y-axis. Now A is x1 comma y1, this point, and B is x2 y2, and it is extended at and in the external portion of this line segment P is present, right? That's why it is called external division. P is present at the external segment, whereas in the first case P is present interior part of AB, right? That is what you call it as internal division. Now here P is present in the extended line segment. AB is still this only, AB, and this is what extended line segment of AB, and P is present in the extended line segment of AB. That is what Px comma y. B is x2 comma y2. A is x1 comma y1, right? Now what we did is we just draw on here, B is there, you draw a horizontal line like this. From here also you draw a horizontal line like this, and you draw a vertical line. You call this as some C, and this you call it as D. Now let us get the vertices, the coordinates of right, the coordinates of C and D, like this. Now first let us try to get C. The C is getting by, just you see my dear students, from this total line segment minus this total line segment. This x coordinate is nothing but what? this total x coordinate is nothing but x. This is what x, and till this is nothing but x1. We need what from this to this. Therefore, this is nothing but AC is given by x minus x1, and the y coordinate of C is nothing but y coordinate of A, because they are having the same height like this. Now this is y1, x minus x1 comma y1 like this, right? Now in the same way the coordinates of D, we need to get D. How you are going to get D is, right, the total distance like this, the total distance minus this total distance like this total distance till this you are going to get. Now the total distance P is nothing but okay, this total is nothing but x minus x2. This total x value is x2, right? Actually this is this total minus this total, and this is x, this is x2. Now we need what? This part. How you will get this x minus x2 will give you this one, that is what the x coordinate, and whose y coordinate is nothing but the height of B. This is what y2, therefore this is what y2 you have got like that. Now see my dear students, here now you have that this triangle, this is horizontal, they are parallel to x-axis, they are parallel to x-axis, you know that, right? Once they are parallel to x-axis, this is 90 degrees and this is 90 degrees, because this is a vertical line and it is parallel to x-axis, this is parallel to y-axis, the angle will be made as 90 degrees here, and also this angle equal to this angle, because they are okay, horizontal lines, their corresponding angles are equal. Therefore this is parallel to this, you are having like this. Therefore from this what you are going to have is triangle APC is similar to triangle ABD like this. APC is similar to triangle A, right? Not okay. APC is similar to triangle BPD like this. BPD like this. These two triangles are similar like this. From that you are going to get AP by BP. This is equal to PC by PD, and this is equal to AC by BD like this, right? AC by BD like this you are going to get it, right? Wonderful. Now from this we have here how we are going to get these things. Let us try to get it. Now AP by BP like this, AP by BP like this. You see here AP by BP. Now I told you that AP is totally M by N, right? This is equal to PC, right? This PC also, you see my dear students, PC, how you are going to get the total is what? Y. Y minus here, this is D. D is what? Y2. Y minus Y2. This is Y minus Y2, right? Okay, how you will get PC, right? PC means what? You are going to get Y minus this total is Y, and C Y coordinate is Y1. Therefore Y minus Y1. This is divided by PD. This PD same concept will apply. The total vertical distance is Y minus this D. This is what? Y2 like this, right? That is equal to AC. AC is nothing but we got AC is nothing but right, the total is what here, right? This total fine. X minus x1 like this. This is what? X minus x1 by, right, here x minus x1 by, right, BD. BD you are going to get this total is what? X, and this is x2. By subtracting that you will get x minus x2 like this, right? Now once we have got, see dear students, this is very simple to get, don't confuse here. What I am telling you is, once again I am repeating, PC. This PC is total vertical distance is Y, you are having total vertical distance is PC. Okay, we want to get PC means this total distance is Y. From that okay, you are subtracting, right? What you have to subtract this, right? You are subtracting y1 like this, right? You are subtracting y1 from this. Now this you are going to get it as y minus y1, right? The same concept will be applied. Now this is totally you are having y, right? You are having y. From that you have to subtract. Okay, you want this is now y2. Now this you are going to get it as y minus y2. Like that we are applying the same concept even for horizontal one also. You want to get AC. AC means you see here this total is x you are having here, of course. From AC this total x, this is what up to this x1 you are having here. This is x1. If you subtract this x1, this part what we are going to get x minus x1, like this is what AC we have got that like this. The same way you have got this is what total x, right, and this is up to this x2. We want this part. This part is given by, it is very common sense that x minus x2. That is nothing but BD, right? Like this we have got these quantities, right? Now after getting this, now let us take this one. What we have got is y minus y1 by y minus y2 is equal to m by n, like this. Okay, and let us do the cross multiplication. Ny minus ny1 is equal to my minus my2, right? Now from this we get very nicely my minus ny is equal to my2, right? my2, my minus, we will transfer my2 minus ny1, we will be getting that. And y if you take common, m minus n, and that is equal to my2 minus ny1. And from that y coordinate we are getting by taking these first two, like my2 minus ny1 by m minus n, like this. Right, we got nicely the y coordinate as my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. That is what we need to get it, right? In the same fashion we get now the x coordinate. You please observe. Now to get x coordinate, let us equate this first and the third one. That is what we did here. M by n equal to x minus x1 by x minus x2, and do the cross multiplication. You get mx minus mx2 is equal to nx minus nx1, and that what we are going to get is as now mx minus nx is equal to mx2 minus nx1, like this. Now x if you take common, m minus n, like this. This is equal to mx2 minus nx1, like this. X is equal to now mx2 minus nx1 by m minus n. How beautifully we have got now the x coordinate is this, and y coordinate already we did that. That is my2 minus ny1 by m minus n. This is what the coordinate of P, which is dividing AB externally in the ratio, right? They given that here AP by PB is equal to m by n. That means this total AP as m and this BP is n. AP by BP is equal to m by n. From that we have got this nice proof. You please observe. See, now we have a nice midpoint formula. The midpoint formula is what means, suppose you have, my dear students, a x1 comma y1, the first vertex, line segment joining of 2 points, and b as x2 comma y2, like this. Now midpoint means, you know that midpoint is the middle point. See, this p is dividing, okay, so AB in the ratio now 1:1, like this. P ratio is given. Now we need to get the coordinates of P, okay, and the coordinate of P is given by now x1 plus x2 by 2 and y1 plus y2 by 2. That is what the statement here. A x1 y1 b x2 y2 is divided by p x comma y in the ratio 1:1. Then p x1 plus x2 by 2 y1 plus y2 by 2 is what the midpoint. Now this P is the midpoint means how we are going to get, we know now the ratio 1:1, because midpoint means it will divide that into 2 equal parts. That means AP equal to PB. That's why 1:1 ratio. Here M is to N. M is 1 and N is 1. A is x1 y1, B is x2 y2. Now the coordinates of P are mx2, like this. M means 1. 1 into x2 plus N. N is 1. 1 into x1, like this. N into x2 plus mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n. M plus n is nothing but 1 plus 1 like this, right? And another thing is nothing but my2, m into y2 plus n into y1 divided by m plus n. This is now you have got like this, because this is formula. Once again I am writing to you, this is the formula from internal division mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n comma my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. By this formula we have got it, where m is 1 and n is 1. Now if you get this, you see this is nothing but 1 into x2 plus 1 into x1. This we can write nicely as x1 plus x2 by 2, and this also we can write it as y1 plus y2 by 2. Therefore from here onwards, if any 2 points are given x1 y1 and x2 y2, then the midpoint formula P is given by x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. This is what the midpoint formula if 2 points are given a x1 y1 and x2 y2. Their midpoint formula is given by x1 plus x2 by 2 comma y1 plus y2 by 2. Now one more important centroid formula we are going to get in this coordinate geometry, okay, using our known concepts, internal division, section formula. You see my dear students, here let us draw the diagram of this. What is the centroid? We know that they given the vertex A as x1 comma y1. They given all the 3 vertices. A is x1 y1, B is x2 y2, right? And C as x3 comma y3, like this. C as x3 comma y3. And D is midpoint of BC. Now only we did that. This is nothing but x2 plus x3 by 2 comma y2 plus y3 by 2. This is the midpoint of BC, like this. x2 plus x3 by 2 and y2 plus y3 by 2. And AD is the median, right? AD is the median. And you know my dear students that the centroid Z, this is what the centroid Z in plane geometry also, G will divide this in the ratio 2:1 like this, right? That means you know that AZ by ZD is equal to 2 by 1 like this. G will divide AD in the ratio 2:1. Now you know A vertex, you know D vertex, and you know the ratio 2:1. You can nicely apply the section formula for internal division and get the vertices of the coordinates of Z. Now you see my dear students, you know the ratio m:n. M:n is nothing but 2:1. And A is nothing but here x1 comma y1, the first one. And D is nothing but what? Now only we have got by the midpoint formula x2 plus x3 by 2 and y2 plus y3 by 2. Like this you have got it. Now the vertices G is given by mx2. M is what? 2. M into this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. mx2 means this is x2 plus x3 by 2 mx2 plus nx1. N is 1 into x1 by m plus n. M plus n is nothing but 2 plus 1, right? The same logic will apply to the other coordinate also, my2. This is now y2 is y2 plus y3 by 2 my2 plus ny1. N is what? 1 into y1 by m plus n, that is 2 plus 1, like this we are having here. Now this G is equal to this 2 will cancel. Now we have got 1 into x1 is what? x1 plus x2 plus x3 by 3. And this has, now here also 2 and 2 will cancel. This is y1 plus y2 plus y3 by 3. How nicely we have got this is what the centroid of a triangle when 3 vertices are given, and you can remember to do this thing in problems. This way we will be getting this particular proof. There is some important note observation here. Note 1 as, suppose whenever you are having the ratio m:n, that m:n sometimes they write it as λ:1, where lambda is equal to m by n, like this. Let us try to discuss more clearly about this. m:n, this you divide throughout by n, like this. That means you have got m by n is to n by n. That is now n will cancel. M by n is to 1. that is nothing but lambda is to 1, where lambda is equal to m by n. Okay, therefore the ratio m is to n is same as lambda is to 1, where lambda is equal to m by n, like this, where lambda is equal to m by n, like this. M is to n is nothing but lambda is to 1, where lambda is equal to m by n. These both meanings are same only. After dividing by n only we have got this. Therefore our ratio now, you have mx2 plus nx1 by m plus n, right? And my2 plus ny1 by m plus n. This we can write it as, right? This we can write it as, of course, if we divide this by n, numerator mx2 plus nx1 by, right, n, and also here also m plus n by n, comma, here also my2 plus ny1 by, you divide by n, okay, here also m plus n by n, you divide by n, this, right? Once you divide this, you are going to get this formula m by n x2. This is nothing but, my dear students, what you are going to get, m by n x2 plus nx1 by n, that is nothing but x1, right, by, you have got m by n plus 1, like this. And this is also same way, m by n y2 plus y1 by m by n plus 1, like this. This means actually we can write it as, if you take lambda as m by n, like this, therefore you can write it as lambda x2 plus x1, right? This is nothing but what you can weigh, lambda x2 plus x1 by lambda plus 1, comma, lambda y2 plus 1 by lambda plus 1. Like this we can write this particular problem. This we can write in terms of lambda, and lambda is nothing but what? Now m is m by n. In a similar way, we can write the external division formula, mx2 minus nx1 by m minus 1, comma, m minus n, comma, my2 minus ny1 by m minus n, as by dividing by n through numerator and denominator. Here also numerator and denominator, like in the previous case, we can write this as lambda x2 minus x1 by lambda minus 1, comma, lambda y2 minus y1 by lambda minus 1, where lambda is equal to m by n, right? Like this we can represent